Alrighty, we're going to be putting a motion sensor onto a hallway light so it goes on and off automatically, so we don't have to turn it on and off with the switch. Here in the country I was born in, we use 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a switch loop on a 110, 120 volt circuit, or on a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So I'll show you the device we're installing. We use a 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps for most of our branch circuits. Alrighty, we're going to use a piece of green field to go from our box that has the motion sensor on it. And we'll put this is a green field, you fill it yourself. So I'll put my anti-short bushing in on each end here. One on this end. And we'll put our 3 conductors in. The green, which is our ground wire, white, which is our neutral, and black, which is live. So I'll just slide them through here. To push this in from the other side. We'll just put our bushing back in. Get it pushed down nice and deep into your MC cable like this. And now we can put our connectors on that go into the box. So we'll just put it down all the way like this. I'll just tighten our screws. Here is the diagram of the device we are installing. So this is our power coming in. So we'll snap this in. Okay, we'll tap our Romex connector, our cable connectors tightened up here. Okay, I'll drill a hole to put our ground screw into the wood here. There's an 832 hole right here. Put our ground screw in up here and it fits nicely. We gotta drill a hole right here for our other ground screw. We'll get our cable clamped up over here. And we'll get a couple more back here. ground wires together here. I love kitty cat. Get all our ground wires together here and get them out of our way. And we'll clip the end off so it's even. Make sure all 3 wires are even on the bottom here. And we'll stick our wire nut on up here. Get up out of our way into our box. Now we have a red wire here that's not being used, so we're going to stick a wire nut on the end here and cap it off for future use. It's a second circuit, so we capped it off, and we'll just put it up here out of our way. And we got to get our white wires together here. Okay, so all we'll get our mud ring we got to put on here. So we'll put our mud ring on here. So by looking at the chart for our 120 volt circuit, our black goes to the black and 1 blue wire. So our black from the source goes to our black one from the source goes to our black one, and 1 blue wire make sure our wires are the same length here. Yes, they're the same length. I'll put these 2 together here, and I'll see if I can get them to line up evenly like this here. Stick my wire nut on, make sure it grabs everything, make sure my insulation is going up into the bottom of the wire nut there. Take my trusty little flashlight. I'll look up in. All of our insulation is up in where we want it. So I'll just make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, so there's 1 black and 1 blue. Now we'll look at our white wire from the source. Okay, so our white wire from the source will go to our white wire to the light. So we'll get our insulation even here at the bottom. And we'll clip them a little shorter because they're a little long. Make sure they're even here. We'll see. Okay, they're the same length. I'll take just a smidgen more off of that there. Not a whole lot. So we'll get our stranded copper even at the bottom and our insulation even at the top here, like this. Take our wire nut, make sure everything's going to the wire nut here. I'll just tighten it up with our pliers. Didn't feel like it grabbed, so we'll take this off. And our spring is broken inside the wire nut, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to destroy this wire nut so somebody else doesn't think it's good. So we'll go to our red one here. Get our copper even at the bottom and our insulation even at the top here. I'm going to shorten that white wire a little bit more. Get them lined up so they're even like this. Take our wire nut, make sure it's grabbing everything here. Okay, again I'll look in there with my flashlight, make sure our wires are going in the way we want them to, and they went in the way we want them to. And we'll take this last blue wire here and we'll hook it to our black. Here in the country I was born in, we use wire nuts. They come in different sizes. Orange is smaller, yellow is medium, red is bigger. Those are the most common sizes. Get our strands and copper even and our insulation even at the top. Stick our wire nut on here. There, feels like it tightened up nicely. Okay, now we can put our wire nuts up into our box here. And make sure our screws are not going to hit any wires here. And the sensitivity control, both of them are right here. gonna hold my screws up here on the box to make sure we're not gonna smash the wire. I see a nice space there, so I'll put one screw in here. Make sure nothing's pinched. I don't see why that one's going in so hard, but we'll just take it out and we're not going to get upset. We'll just put it in for one for right now. My finger is sore, so I'll just use the screw gun for a ways there. Well, if it's not going to fit, it's not going to fit. We're not going to get all upset about it. We're not going to get frustrated. You don't get frustrated. It's not going to help you one bit. Not a bit. Not one bit. I'd rather be thankful for one screw than not have any screws, you know? Because what will I accomplish frustrating? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all, nothing at all. Nothing gets accomplished when you frustrate. Nothing, absolutely nothing, nothing. So I'd rather be happy with one screw and rather than having no screws. And if I can't see, I can't see. It's so simple. Oh, okay, right there's my hole. So I'll just leave it right there. And I'll get another screw. Okay, I got another screw. Okay, now we'll stick our cover on here. If I can find it, it's right here. It doesn't go on, it doesn't fit, you just don't get upset. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. Doesn't fit, but it did fit. If something doesn't go right, just don't bother with it. Just give it up and let somebody else do it. That's my motto. So we put our ground wire right onto our box here. It's the best it's gonna be. I'll tighten it with our screw gun. There, it's tight. Okay, so we'll hook our wires up for our light fixture. I'll strip them kind of short here. Well, I had 2 wires cut, but I can't find them, so you know what? You don't get upset. You don't get frustrated. You just get another one, that's all. You just get another one. You just can't let losing stuff bother you because it's not going to help. Okay, so we'll strip our wires. We're using 18 gauge here. Make our loops the direction our screws turn here. Our white will go on the silver colored screw here. This screwdriver is garbage. Go back to the good old flathead. Because the tip broke. Okay, so we put our white on the silver screw and make sure our copper is under the screw head all the way around. We'll put our black on our brass colored screw here. So our tails look like that there. Okay, so we'll strip our tail wires here. Our white. We'll make sure our wires are the same length here. Okay, I'll clip that cop black one a little bit. Get our copper even at the bottom and our insulation even at the tops. Take our wire nut on here. And we'll do the same with our white. Okay, I'll cut it over. Get our insulation even at the top and our copper even at the bottom. Stick our wire nut on there. Make sure it's tight. Make sure it's tight. We can fold our wires up into our box here. Make sure our screws aren't going to hit the wires here. Don't over tighten the ones on the porcelain because you don't want to crack the porcelain. Okay, we'll get another strap back over here. Okay, I came up from turning our breaker on down in the cellar. As you see, our light popped on with the motion when I came in. So I'll bring our cable over this way. We'll get a clamp back in here somewhere. There we go. So when I move, see when I move it turns it back on. So that is how to wire a motion sensor switch here in the country I was born in. So you don't have to fumble for the light switch when you come in the dark. And I will show you the information here at the very end. Peace. Thanks for watching.